Meditation for Starters by J. Donald Walters. Think how many things you do with the hope of resting better once you've finished them. You think, let me buy that zippy red sports car, or that shiny white compact model, or that big beautiful station wagon for the whole family. How restful that will be, what relaxing fun, how easy life will be then. Or you think, once I get that new house with the shaded porch and the large sunny master bedroom, that calm dining room so we don't always have to eat in the kitchen with the cucumbers, that sunken living room, oh, then I'll be able to relax at last. And slowly, you develop the habit of looking for more and more things, more and more ways to help you rest better and enjoy life. The irony is that in the very doing you lose your ability to rest and enjoy anything at all, very much, that is. The more you seek rest through doing, the more restless you become. Why wait? Why wait for peace to come eventually? Everyone needs to practice daily the art of doing things restfully. You'll never find peace in anything until you make peace a part of the creative process. Hence the importance of meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is listening. Meditation is going back to your own center. Meditation is learning to relate to life and to your environment from who you are, not from the way other people try to define you. The average person's life is an eccentric flywheel. I don't mean a flywheel with an offbeat personality. I mean simply a flywheel that isn't centered properly. The faster the wheel turns, the more it vibrates until, at a certain speed, it actually flies into pieces. Most people are in danger, at least, of flying into pieces. They whirl through life, vibrating faster and faster, simply because they don't live at their own center. It is safe to say that very few of them are centered at all. They live at their periphery. On edge is the popular expression. Most people, again, are like musical instruments in need of tuning. In interaction with life and with other people, they produce dissonances. Meditation is the way to fine-tune your musical instrument. Meditation will enable you to return to the peace you're always looking for at the center of your own being. How much or how long you meditate is up to you. It depends on how deeply you come to enjoy meditation. We aren't talking of a roast in the oven, which needs a certain baking time. And we aren't talking of distances like a mile run, which one can finish faster by running faster. I do suggest that you practice meditation daily, but that too is up to you. The more regularly and the more deeply you meditate, the sooner you will find yourself always acting from a calm center of inner peace. How to meditate? The first thing in meditation is to approach your practice with the right attitude. One such attitude is listening. We spend our lives trying to impose our thoughts on our environment. For a few minutes, give this process a rest. Stop trying to impose thoughts even on your own mind. Try to get to that state of consciousness which you have even before your thoughts begin. That isn't easy to do, but an attitude of listening will help you to reach it. You see, meditation is not passivity. Just as you need to learn to act calmly, so you need also to be calm dynamically. As you grow calm, you will find it easy at first to go drifting off in a passive state of subconsciousness, almost a sort of conscious sleep state. There is some rest in sleep, even in daydreaming, but that kind of rest doesn't last. It has no power over the conscious state for the simple reason that it involves a lower degree of energy. A greater energy always has power over a lower energy. The calmness born of right meditation represents a higher degree of awareness and therefore of energy than that experienced in the conscious state. Positive inner calmness enables you to stay calm even during intense activity. This, then, is the goal: to be actively calm and calmly active, actively calm and calmly active. As you become inwardly calm, listen intently to the silence within. Listening here is another word for being fully aware, not drifting but soaring in consciousness to an ever greater awareness. For there is a third state of awareness, natural to all of us, not consciousness and not subconsciousness. Many people, even without meditating, have experienced glimpses of it. A common word for it is superconsciousness. Superconsciousness is that aspect of your own mind which is attuned to the great flow of life. You have it already. You need only to make it dynamic to your consciousness. Another key to right meditation is receptivity. The more deeply receptive, consciously receptive you become, the deeper and more satisfying will be your meditation. Just think how much of the time people talk, shout even, but don't really listen. By receptivity we can begin to understand our connection to the great stream of life itself. For the child playing with its toys, the woman weeping over a sudden death, the two lovers skipping joyfully on a beach, the old man nodding and caressing his memories, all these are a part of your own greater reality. You are not just Joe or Sally Green, with a porch to fix, a refrigerator to stock up for the weekend, an apartment to tidy, children to get to school, or a business contract to prepare and sign. You are these people and many more. You are the infinite river of life itself. By receptivity, not just mental receptivity, but a receptivity of feeling, of sympathy, you will develop the power of intuition, which is the fruit of superconscious living. So, listen. Be receptive. Be relaxed. Without relaxation, mental as well as physical, you won't be able to concentrate on listening. You won't ever be truly receptive. Preparation for meditation. It's important to prepare yourself properly for meditation. If, for example, you try meditating after a hearty meal, your body's energy will be working hard to digest your food. Just try talking philosophy or pondering any deep subject after eating a heavy meal. You'll miss many of the fine points of the discussion. That, or you'll get indigestion as you forcibly redirect your energy to the brain. Before meditating, eat lightly. Better still, don't eat at all, or wait some time after eating. The best times to meditate are on awakening in the morning, before meals, and late at night, just before going to bed. Those considerations aside, there are good times to meditate in an impersonal sense also, when subtle changes take place in the earth with the shifting positions of the sun, at roughly 6 a.m., 12 noon, 6 p.m., and at midnight. If none of these times suits your personal schedule, then choose other times that are suitable. But make it a point, if possible, to meditate at the same times every day. In that way, you'll develop a habit pattern. It will become easier then to put aside distracting thoughts as you begin your meditation. The earth energies I've mentioned are subtle, but very real. Many high civilizations of the past have emphasized the importance of attunement with them. Many primitive cultures of our own day emphasize this importance too. But is it only our own arrogance, born of our addiction to technology, that labels them primitive? Others of the earth energies that would be good for you to take into consideration are certain subtle forces, I'm not referring to gravity, that draw on the life force in the body, pulling it downward. In meditation, you see, you want the life force in your body to flow upward toward the brain. I'll go more deeply into this aspect of meditation later. Suffice it for now to say that you can help to insulate yourself against those downward pulling energies while you meditate. The insulation is not some cutting-edge electronic gadget, but a simple woolen blanket. A deerskin is even better. As a preparation for meditation, it will help you to sit on one. You may not consciously experience its benefits, but take it on faith from others whose consciousness, after years of meditation, has grown highly refined in these matters. Their ability to make this observation is as matter of fact as yours would be in telling a blind person that the sunlight makes it possible to tell objects apart. A further beneficial insulation would be a silk cloth placed over the blanket. The direction in which you face while meditating will also affect your concentration. Mind you, neither direction nor insulation is essential. These are only aids. If convenient, then, sit facing east. If east is inconvenient owing to the layout of your home, face north. According to many ancient traditions, enlightenment comes from the east. I don't mean from the Orient, but from a direction east of wherever we happen to be. According to some of those traditions, liberation similarly comes from the north. In this case, of course, our concern is liberation from bondage to the tensions resulting from too much attention to the ego and its needs. Let's weigh those claims in the light of what we know of history and of present times. As far as I've been able to observe, the flow of civilization does seem to be westward. Think about it. A greater spirit of freedom also seems generally to reside in the northern part of every country, whereas the spirit of orthodoxy or faithfulness to tradition is more generally found in the south. Freedom and orthodoxy both manifest themselves in many different ways. The spirit of freedom is expressed in ways as diverse as a spirit of rebellion on the one hand, and a yearning for spiritual freedom on the other. The spirit of orthodoxy is expressed in ways as diverse as backwardness or dogmatism and bigotry on the one hand, and steadfastness to those human values which have been tested and found true. In meditation, you want both enlightenment, the energy that comes from the east, and soul freedom, the northern kind of energy. Of the two, however, enlightenment must come first. Therefore, east is the best direction to face in meditation. If you can set one special place aside for meditation, all the better. It may be simply a screened-off portion of your bedroom. Best, to be sure, would be a room entirely dedicated to meditative practices. The purpose in keeping a space devoted strictly to meditation is to build up in that space an atmosphere or vibration of calmness and concentration. After several months, it may happen much sooner, you will be amazed at how calm your meditation space feels from the moment you enter it. What is the best posture for meditation? You might consider the best posture a prone position flat on your back. The trouble with this position is that it makes it easy to slip passively into subconsciousness, instead of soaring in superconsciousness. In Western religious practice, kneeling is traditional for prayer and worship. Kneeling helps to induce a spirit of humility, of self-surrender. The problem with kneeling in meditation is that it makes it difficult to keep your body relaxed. In meditation, you want to rise above body consciousness, and you can't do that if you're tense. In meditation, moreover, it is a self-defeating attitude to try to impress anyone with your humility. To try to impress God, moreover, who knows every ripple of feeling in your heart, with a mere posture of humility would be foolish. If you can forget yourself, that will be humility enough. In fact, the best definition of humility is complete self-forgetfulness. Another good definition is complete self-honesty. Humility isn't self-abasement. It's forgetting one's petty self in the contemplation of a greater truth. Meditation can be a religious act, but it needn't be. The real point of meditation is to help you discover your own full potential, who you really are. In the Eastern Orthodox Church, they pray and worship standing up. This practice, too, makes it difficult to relax and thus to rise above body consciousness. The best meditation posture is the one recommended in the East. Meditate sitting down. Whether you sit on the floor in traditional cross-legged or lotus position, or whether you sit on a chair is not particularly important. There are advantages to sitting in the traditional lotus pose, or in any of several positions like it. The disadvantage for many Westerners to sitting in this position is that they find relaxation not only difficult but impossible when their legs are bent in seemingly impossible pretzel shapes. The question of rising above body consciousness becomes moot. Instead of asking themselves, when will my soul soar, they wonder desperately, will I ever walk again? In fact, there are only two rules that are essential. They are these: the spine must be held straight and the body relaxed. A straight spine induces a positive mental attitude and also enables the life force in the body to flow freely toward the brain. So, sit in a chair if you prefer. The chair should be armless. Your woolen blanket, as well as the silk cloth, if you have one to use, should descend over the back of the chair, over the seat, and down under your feet. Place your hands palms upward on the thighs at the junction of the abdomen. Keep your elbows back, your shoulder blades drawn slightly together, your chest up, all the while emphasizing relaxation. Don't be tense. Hold the chin slightly back, parallel to the ground. Look upward and close your eyes. The best way to relax the body is first to take a few slow, deep breaths to free the bloodstream of any excessive buildup of carbon. Try this exercise. Inhale, counting mentally to 12. Hold the breath, counting 12. Exhale, counting 12. Repeat this process 6 to 12 times. Now inhale deeply, tense the body all over till it vibrates. Throw the breath out and relax simultaneously. Repeat this tension and relaxation once or twice more. It is very important from now on to hold the body still. You may not find it easy at first, accustomed as you may be to moving constantly. The moment you determine to sit still, you may want to fidget. But the more you can hold your body motionless, the easier you will find it to continue doing so. If you sit really still, you'll only find it difficult for the first 5 minutes or so. Presently you'll begin to enjoy your increasing freedom from the usual human condition of being muscle-bound. Dump the body mentally, and visualize yourself surrounded by space. Space all around you. Space slowly entering through the pores of your skin, like a soft cloud, like a cloud of light, into your whole body, bringing total relaxation. Check your body every now and then to make sure it is still relaxed. Any time you feel tense again, inhale, tense the body, throw the breath out and relax. By consciously tensing and relaxing the entire body, you'll find that even those muscles which have grown tense without your conscious awareness become relaxed again. Psychological relaxation is important also. You can't meditate deeply. In fact, you can't really meditate at all if you are tense psychologically. Among the main causes of psychological tension are feelings of hostility, of competitive anger, and the desire to exert power in some way over other people. Focus your attention, therefore, in the heart. Imagine light flowing outward from your heart. For most people, the rays of energy that flow outward from their hearts are rays that create bondage to things, to circumstances, to plans and projects for the future. Or else they are rays sent out to do battle with other rays, to subdue or overwhelm them. Imagine in your heart a kindly light. Send that light outward in rays of blessing to everyone. Mentally bless the world, all beings, everything, both animate and inanimate. For all things, whether or not you know it, are made of life, of consciousness. From your heart, then, bless not only all beings in your neighborhood, but all beings everywhere. Bless the rocks, the deserts, oceans, and high mountains, the whole world. You will feel blessed and filled with inner peace when you serve as a channel of peace and blessings to all. Look up now toward a point midway between the eyebrows. This point is known in ancient tradition as the spiritual eye. Don't cross your eyes so as literally to look at that point, but gaze at a point a little beyond. Try holding your thumb out at arm reach. Focus on it there, but don't get too specific. The main thing is that you focus your attention at the point between the eyebrows. Remember those signs you used to see before rural railroad crossings? Stop, look, and listen? That's what you should do now. Stop worrying and planning. The world will still be there when you come out of meditation. Leave it for this short period of time to its own devices. Don't only look, but gaze deeply into, behind the darkness of closed eyes at the point between the eyebrows. Listen, not with your ears merely, but with your whole being. Seek to resonate with the vibrations of infinity. The point between the eyebrows is the seat of concentration in your body. Have you ever noticed how, whenever you concentrate deeply, you tend to knit your eyebrows? The point between the eyebrows is also the seat of superconsciousness and of ecstasy. Have you ever noticed how, when you feel happy, you tend to look upward, even to raise your eyebrows? Everything about your body reflects the inner flow of energy. If you feel depressed, your body's energy flows downward. As a result, you tend to lower your head and to look down. You may turn the corners of your mouth downward. Your shoulders sag, your spine slumps. Even while standing, your weight rests heavily on your heels. Even your gait seems heavy. But whenever you feel elated, your life force flows upward. You raise your head and look upward. Your mouth curves upward in a smile. You sit up straight, throwing your shoulders back. When upright, you tend more to stand on the balls of your feet and to walk with a light step. Look upward, feel the energy in your body soaring up, as if freed of its earthly fetters for this brief time. Remember the rays of energy flowing out from your heart. Think of your heart now as a lily. In Eastern tradition, the suggestion would be to think of it as a lotus. See the petals spread out in all directions, just as they lie on the surface of a pond. Think of those heart petals as rays of light and energy of desire, of attachments, of likes and dislikes. Now mentally turn these heart petals, these rays of energy, upward, so that they no longer reach outward in desire or aversion to the world, but upward in love and aspiration to infinity, to the brain, and out through the doorway of the spiritual eye. Offer yourself in stillness to this practice. How long should you meditate? Don't push your meditative efforts. Meditate with enjoyment. A good rule is to meditate only as long as you enjoy doing so. When the enjoyment begins to diminish, get up. An act remembered happily will be repeated enthusiastically. Never let your meditations become a chore. On the other hand, we've all experienced times when peace, though recognized by us as the one thing we need, is also the one thing we most fear. Our feelings are tense, and we imagine wrongly that we'll only rid ourselves of them by tensing them further, to the point of emotional desperation. Truly, every state of mind is like a vortex. It draws all the energy it can to itself. At such times, don't fight against your mind's rebellion. Let it fidget for a while. It will calm down if it sees that you mean no disrespect for its restlessness. If, then, you try to meditate despite your mind's declaration of independence, signed possibly with the heart's blood, don't try too hard. Meditate less, just to keep the meditative habit alive. A good rule in all your meditations, in fact, is don't try too hard. Relax. Enjoy. Don't fight it out. Instead, love. After meditation, learn to live more superconsciously. To live superconsciously means to live with meditation-born awareness. Learn to view life not so much analytically as from a vision of its underlying oneness. See other people not as separate from you, but as part of your own greater reality. Love them, so Jesus taught, as yourself. Learn to be solution-oriented rather than problem-oriented. Realize that for every problem that presents itself in your life, there has to be an innate solution. For all things are subject to the law of oneness. Be guided more consciously by your inner joy, for when you are guided superconsciously, you will feel joy in everything you do. You will reach the point of understanding that, if that quiet joy is missing, whatever you contemplate doing were better left undone. Meditation is a daily guide. We come here to the second reason I've named this recording Meditation for Starters. The first reason is obvious. I've tried to help beginners, especially to get started in meditation, though I hope others will be helped by it who already make meditation a daily practice. The second reason is less obvious, but very important. I want to help you to see that meditation is not something to do merely when you've nothing better to do. Look on meditation as a necessary start for every worthwhile activity. The more you do so, the more everything you do will be crowned with success and inner satisfaction. The following meditation is designed to help you break out of your mental enclosure of daily preoccupations and projects. It will take you into another world, then help you to dissolve even those perceptions into infinity. Sit upright now. Calm your body as I've taught you. Close your eyes and be prepared to let your thoughts soar.